local stories in East Texas to the biggest moments on the national stage. This is Bump Into Sports, your go-to for stories that go beyond the scoreboard. Hosted by Jacob Bumpus.
Jackson Hood, the Marshall native and now the new skipper for the Marshall High School baseball team. I'm Jacob Bumpus with Bump Into Sports, here on the heartbeat of East Texas. The Hood family has always been a big part of the Marshall community, with brothers Jared and Jackson growing up in the area and playing baseball and football for Big Red. Years later, both have had extremely successful careers in coaching, with Jared Hood being the head baseball coach at ETBU and Jackson, who was recently promoted as the new head coach for the Marshall Maverick baseball team after serving the past season as the assistant coach for football and the third base assistant coach for baseball under the legendary Joe Kazel before he announced his retirement. Before all that, Jackson had gotten a plethora of coaching experience under his belt, having been gone for 10 years, working his way up to head coach for Huntsville, and then moving to Georgia to do some football and baseball coaching there before coming home to Marshall and being back in the same town as his older brother and the rest of his family. Hood said that being back in his hometown is really a surreal feeling and a dream come true.
It really is something, growing up here and going to all the playoff runs that they used to have growing up here and, going and, again, being dedicated and being a Maverick from really before we were even up at the high school, and it just meant so much to us and was always something that we took pride in and couldn't wait to be up there at the field and be able to play baseball ourselves, me and my brother. But being able to come back here and it's kind of always been a dream, and it just feels again that the universe has just brought me back to where I need to be, and this is where I'm supposed to be.
He mentioned that one of the only challenges that he can really foresee is living up to the expectations that were set by his bigger brother Jared, who's been excelling over there at ETBU. And I gotta say, I think all the little brothers in the world can really resonate with that statement.
Well, a lot of it, honestly, is just, trying to live up to the hype, I guess. Jared being here and establishing what he's done and kind of pretty much used to it at this point, growing up here and Jared being the guy that he was. Homecoming king. Big D1 baseball player on the Scott, and just being the face of the school whenever he was here almost, and coming in behind him on that 3 years and trying to establish my own name. I remember they would, playing quarterback out here on the field, they would sit there and call Jared's name out on the radio, instead of me, and Jared's been graduated for 3 years at that point, and so a little bit of that, but being able to use him as a resource and being able to have the amount of support that I've, gotten over the years and with the people that I've known and, pure Marshall Mavericks, it's invaluable.
Hood says that he's excited and really looking forward to investing in the lives of these kids here at Marshall High School on and off the field.
I keep telling the kids all the time, the only thing that's separating me and them is time, time is the most precious thing that we have, and it really is a split second, and so the only thing separating us from being here together is, just a little bit of time, and these kids mean a whole lot to me, every single age group, and we've got to continue to mold the kids that are playing baseball in this town and get them up to our field and just continue to, preach love to this game, to every kid in here. And, once we do that and get everybody involved, it's going to be a game changer.
He says the big mindset for this upcoming season will be creating a new winning legacy at Marshall that will earn back the respect from the rest of East Texas and put the Mavs back on the map.
Yeah, just trying to earn back the respect. To be honest with you, it's, really around the time that I was graduating, that's whenever kind of the baseball program, I feel like, has been in a decline. With just the playoff runs that we went and had and breaking up that streak, but really just coming back and making sure that we earn the respect out of everybody here in this East Texas area, and making sure that they understand how good this program can be and how good it will be again, like it was and has been in the past.
Well, there you have it. The Marshall native Jackson Hood returning home to try and create some waves in East Texas, now at the helm of the Marshall Mavericks baseball team. With Bump Into Sports on the Heartbeat, I'm Jacob Bumpus.